Hey everybody, Theta, back again with another Stone Face Reactions. That was completely out of order, but whatever. You know who I am, you know what I'm doing. If you watched this channel before, if you haven't, you picked a weird time to start watching. I appreciate you nonetheless, but watch Crest of the Stars first. Doesn't make sense to start with Banner of the Stars. You know what, I'm not going to say that. I'm not even going to say that. I always watch stuff in chronological order. So, maybe you picked this for some weird ordered reason, and I'm not gonna get on you. I love you nonetheless for joining me. That said, though, this is the start of Banner of the Stars. We just got finished Crest of the Stars, 13 episodes. We watched them all. I took a day. Typically, I've been watching these once a day, one episode a day, so I can, like, make note. Well, obviously, you see me make notes at the end of these. One episode a day so I can, digest the information as well as, get everything else I need to get done during the day, as well as all the other recordings and editings I need to make. I don't want to drown myself now that I'm a solo act or trying to branch out with other hosts. That said, though, give myself a day. The board is not really changed. I believe I showed you that at the end. So it's actually, I showed you at the beginning, and the only changes I made were minor. I turned some white lines into green lines. That's basically it. So, no real changes there. I'm hoping we're here at the 3-year time jump to see Lafiel and Jinto together again, but now more in the line of that Duchess that we met 2 episodes from the end of last season. The relationship that they had, but now they're going to be an admiral and the same kind of staff officer as before. Sorry, the Duchess and her guy, not Lafiel and Jinto. So if we happen to see them again, then I guess we kind of hope that it's going to be an allusion to whatever role Lafiel and Jinto have in Banner of the Stars 2, which I'm aware exists. Anyway, I think I'm rambling. I know it's only been 2 minutes or so, but I think I'm rambling because I don't have any real more information to to give you other than the fact that, yeah, I mean, last time was a double length episode, so this one's going to be a normal length one. That's going to be a bit easier to slip on into. Also, we know the universe now, except we don't know the freaking languages. Like I can translate the hieroglyphs that is. I apologize. The language is called. It starts with a B. It's like a Bunto or something like that. I can translate that, but it translates into gibberish, which means I still don't know what they're saying. It's like figuring out the first step of a multi-layered code, right? And you don't know what the next step is. I am not winning World War II for us. The Enigma code is just been lost. Anyway, rambling again. I say we go and get into it and see what Banner of the Stars has in store for us. Oh, more dates to keep track of. Thank God I kept the ones from the first season. Thank God the first season told us what this is. Yeah, it looks like either a flagship or a capital ship on both sides. Now fire the beams, railguns. That's how you do. Is that our commander from last time? Our ship is super maneuverable. So you're seeing the patrol ships like the Gosroth and everything. Our Duchess is back. Those are gotta be the missile boat versions of like the Minecrafts that we've seen. The destruction of the Gosroth. Against the 4 fucking nations. Oh shit, was that a defense of the capital? So 6 years later? I've heard this theme song so many times. Okay. But this time we don't get the cheapo text version in English. I guess we didn't get ourselves a new theme song either. Sorry, when I do the editing, obviously I listen to the theme song to when I clip it out to put it over the notes taking section. And then for my own posterity, I watch myself do as I'm fast forwarded through the notes taking bit. So, sorry if that made weird noises on the mic. So if I'm right, we should be 6 years after the fact, 3 years after where we saw Jinto and Lafiel finishing school and training, and on their plastic, ship bit things from the very end of last episode. 3 years after that. So they should be already a seasoned crew by now. I don't know how long a seasoned crew is, but they should be 3 years into the mission, whatever the mission is, 3 years into the ceasefire. Just my guess is when I take the notes, I'll have a time to check my previous notes about times. Wait, is she piloting? I thought she was the captain. Oh, it's just a test simulation. I don't know. I don't know how to take it. Maybe this is real. No. Always go with your first bet.
何か異常はあったか。
今のところ何の異常もありません。検査を続行します。
そうか。頼む。艦長、通信です。出すがよい。
まあまあだな、アブリアル10省長。どうも君は美しく戦おうとする傾向が強いようだな。しかしまあ運が良ければ生き残れるだろう。君と君の部下のために幸運を祈るよ。では模擬戦闘を終了する。
艦長、
後を頼む。私はちょっと休む。
I wonder if the B insignia
さすがに聞いたらしいな。
on her armband signifies her specific house.
妙なことで有名だった。艦内に2つの貴族の上官があることで、一つは我が艦長アブリアルネイ・デュブレスク・パリューヌ子爵ラフィール10省長、つまりアーブによる人類帝国の王女殿下の個室。もう一つは僕リンスーヌ・ロクハイド伯爵の個室だ。
Surprising that they still think
帰る場所はなく、
that he is a noble, considering he lost his planet.
何か。
ソバーシュ専任将士、この若いのに自分の役割を言って聞かせましょうかね。
ああ、頼むよ。本艦の自責
Chase
士官
after
と
her
して命
because
令
she
すること
wants
もでき
him
る
to.
が、こんな危険な任務を強制するのは気が進まないな。
了解。さて、主系列抑止士。
はい。
今の模擬戦闘で我らが艦長の自尊心は大きく傷ついた。これはわかるな。
まさか艦長の戦闘技術に不安を持っていらっしゃるわけじゃないでしょうね。コトケール百省長は実戦経験も豊富です。それに対し艦長はまだこの船をもらったばかりで。
そんなことは分かってるよ。
Yeah, you're not understanding the situation, Jinto.
じゃあ、臨主系列抑止士。ともかく俺たちは艦長の下で戦うことに何の不安も抱いていない。ただし、アブリアル10省長の下でなら絶対安全と信じているわけでもない。他の艦長と組んだって状況は似たり寄ったり。まあ、我らが艦長の腕は悪い方じゃない。そう思ってる。あるいは思おうと努力しているだけだ。そこまではわかるな。
はい。
したがって艦長には少しでも気分よく戦ってほしいわけだ。その方が生き残る確率が高くなりそうな気がする。つまり、あの姫様は自信過剰に陥ることはないと踏んでるんだ。
艦長が落ち込んでいると危険だと思われるわけですか。
危険というほどじゃない。生存確率がわずかに落ちるぐらい。
We know where this is going. My point from before was I recognized the B insignia thing from somewhere else. Wasn't it on the Duchess's bridge, combined with another symbol? So if that is Lafiel's symbol, does that then the indicator of the connection between their two houses, why she had it on there? On her bridge, I mean the Duchess.
それこそ自信がありませんよ。
まあな、そこまで期待しちゃいないよ。適当に話し相手になってやれ。愚痴でも聞いてやったらどうだ。
愚痴ですって。
愚痴はこぼさないかもしれないな、あの艦長なら。何しろアブリアルだ。だが話し相手になって差し上げるというのはいい考えだ。特に落ち込んでいる時にはな。
でもなぜ僕なんです？
そんなことまで言わせるのか？なあ君、もし艦長が不機嫌なようだった
I guess after 3 years, the rest of the crew was able to figure it out. Jinto and Lafiel's relationship.
あなたならどうします？
休養を思いつくよ。それもなるべく遠いところに。
どうだい？これが常識的な人間の行動というものだよ。その点君はなだめる。
But it feels like Jinto is still pushing to keep it a secret behind closed doors.
艦長は自分の面倒ぐらい見られるし、部下たちに気を使われたと知ったらそれこそ怒ります。
しょげてるアブリアルより怒り狂っているアブリアルの方がなんとなく自然に感じられるがね。
それはそうです。ただし その怒りの矢面に自分が立つ羽目になると、何が自然かなんて大して気にならないんじゃないかな。
なるほど。
By the way, apologies for
館長は
all
昔から
this
自分が
outfit
子
thing
供
again.
扱い
It is
さ
so
れたと感
fucking
じると
hot
な
today.
かなか神経質になるんです。僕たちにおもりをされたなんて思い込んだら、どんなことになる
I'm
か見当
recording
もつ
this
き
at
ません。
almost 10 p.m. at night, and it's as
確
hot
か
as
に
it was
艦
at
長については
at
君の
12 in
方
the
がよく知って
afternoon.
るな。何しろ俺たちは艦長と冒険をしたことはないし、指名されてこの船に乗り込んだわけじゃないし、猫をもらったこともない。何より名前を
Also,
呼
he
び捨て
kept
に
the
できやし
cat.
ない。
知ってたんですか？
気づいてなかったのか？
私は3回聞いた。
So he is still trying to keep it under wraps.
節約しようし、俺た
Just
ちは
he sucks ass at it,
個
apparently.
人的な友情を育んだところで腐ったりはしないさ。自分の仕事はちゃんとするし、妬んで君をネチネチといびったりもしない。
いえ、そんなことは心配してませんが。
だから安心して艦長の部屋に行け。
はい。ちょっと待ってください。ですからそれは気の回しすぎですって。第
Just
一、
go with the
効
flow,
率がありません。
Jinto.
今言ったら変に思われ
I'm
ますよ。
shit at with emotional stuff, and even I recognize this.
ありがとうよ、ディアホ。
Oh, good, they have it on board. Hopefully, this doesn't lead into a sad moment where the cat, something happens to it.
誰かいるのか？
ラフィール、いいかい？またディアホがお邪魔してるみたいだから。いや、
別に心配してもらうほどのことではないぞ。
心配？何のこと？
心配してないのならそれでよい。
Trust me, everybody on the ship is worried about you. Apparently.
そんなに歓迎しないでくれよ、ディアホ。
ジント、
何？
今日の夕食は何だ？
何を聞くかと思えば、そんなの思考結晶を除けばわかるじゃないか。
そうだけど、黙って突っ立っていられては落ち着けないんだ。
なるほど。
Heard that
ち
before.
なみに今夜の主催は子羊の香味焼き、付け合わせも聞く？
いや、何か言いたいことがあるならはっきり言ったらどうだ？
それが僕にもわからないんだよ。座っていい？
好きにするがよい。
ありがとう。さっきの模擬戦闘の
At least with all this,
分かりきったことなら言わぬがよい。
it's no longer something Jinto is
ことける
imagining.
艦長になら負けて当たり
This
前だ
feels like it's happening.
新米艦長にしては悪い方じゃないとか。
言わないよ。ただあんまり人前では落ち込まない方がいい。
落ち込む？私がか？
みんなはアブリアルが落ち込んでいると良くないことの前兆だと思うらしいよ。
そなたもか？
でもないな。何しろ涙を流さんばかりに落ち込んでいる王女殿下を見ているからね。3年前に。
I mean, your dad said you weren't even able to cry.
待っていると落ち着けない。
I don't even know what it implies to
黙
everyone
れ
else,
と
but
言わ
now
れて
Brielle's
素直に
depressed.
黙った試しがないくせに。
それもそうか。話を戻すけど、みんなが不安に、いや、ちょっとだけ不安に思っている理由もわからないではないんだ。だって叶うはずのない相手に負けたぐらいで落ち込まれたら、本番で負けた時にどうなるかって。
大丈夫だ。体幹の指揮はちゃんと取る。
もちろんみんな疑っちゃいない。ただちょっと心配なだけだよ。
みんなってそなたはどうなんだ？やはり不安なのか？
いや、君はちゃんとしょげていい時と
Weird
悪い時を
camera
区
angle,
別
but
できるみたい
okay.
だから。少なくとも3年前の君ならできていたよ。変わっていないと信じている。
大丈夫だ。それにしてもそなた、しばらく会わないうちにずいぶん偉そうになったな。
頼もしくとは言ってくれないのかい？
Once again, those things of how the Ob talk, right?
君は負けることに慣れていないように見えるんだ。硬くて鋭い小刀みたいに、自分より硬いものに当たるとぐにゃりとしなる前にぽっきり折れてしまいそう。今度きちんと負ければみんな君のことを見直すと思うよ。
バカ。
じゃあ僕はそろそろ行く。
そなた、まさか私の保護者を気取ってるのではあるまいな。
そう見える。
うん。なんとなく不愉快だ。
とんでもない誤解だよ。ここは真空空間だ。君たち生まれながらのアーブのふるさとじゃないか。哀れな地上世界出身者としては君を信じてついていくだけさ。
相変わらず真実味の感じられ
I mean,
ない
it's the way it
話
was
し方だ
before.
な。
信じてもらえないとは悲しいな、ラフィール。僕はいつだって真剣な
He
のに。
looked after you on land, you looked after him in space.
何？
いや、なんでもない。
そう。
Except that you actually looked after him on land too. So,
3年前、お互いが相手の保護者のつもりだった。今思えば滑稽なことであったな。
I mean, he did a little
3
bit.
年前、君と出会った。
Just did the most important parts.
巡察官ゴンスロスより迎えに来た。ついて参られるがよい。
それから君と歩き、君と笑い、君と泣いたね。
I mean, she didn't really cry with you. She got really angry about you.
ダメだ、ラフィール。
This guy, man, I still can't explain this guy. How he crawled up to lieutenant status and still went insane the moment he saw an app. I guess to his credit, though, he never fucking gave up.
そして僕は故郷と家族、僕の過去に関わるものすべてを失った。
Because that son of a bitch Teal.
スファグの
Telling you.
戦いは敵の陽動に過ぎなかった。
Teal is nothing but trouble.
120個分艦隊相当の戦力でこの帝都を目指してきたのだ。幸い撃退には成功したものの損害は少なくなかった。
敵軍は辺境の門を軍事根拠地化して完全に通行を阻んでいます。
帝国内に壁ができていると。
そうです。そして今我が方にその壁を破るだけの大規模な軍事力は残されていません。
だけど悲しくないんだ。故郷とのつながりが断ち切られたと聞かされても僕はむしろほっとしている。なんてことだ。それより再び会えることの方が嬉しかったんだよ、君と。
ラフィールと呼ぶがよい。
Maybe Rena is Teal's wife. Can't fucking tell.
艦長、まもなくボベイルネームを通過します。10秒前。
Come on, camera. Not that kind of show.
7、
映像を出すがよい。
5、4、3、2、1。通過。
こちら練習艦隊付属18番突撃艦バースロイル。ただいまボベールネームを通過しました。
よろしい。では5011にて突撃艦隊と合流。全艦揃うまで待機せよ。
了解。5011にて待機します。
ちょっと巡視長見てくださいよ。これは全部編成待ちの船なんですか？
これがボベールネー鎮守府。
It's the same formation I believe we saw Lord Desanio take before taking Hyde.
この3年の間に再建された帝国の船の数は繁殖期のマーティン・ボタルを越す勢いとなり、開戦前に数倍する未曾有の大艦隊を出現させつつあった。毎日のように戦隊が新編成され、毎週のように分艦隊が誕生している。そして戦場へ赴き、ある者は二度と帰ってこないだろう。僕たちの船にもその日は近づいていた。もうすぐ本格的な戦いが始まるはずだ。けれど嬉しいよ。また
It's funny because the formation that those fleets are taking heavily reminds me of SWTOR.
寿命も 君の半分しかない。
The Eternal Empire thing.
できる限り君のそばにいよう。君が翡翠の玉座に着くその時、あるいは平面宇宙で砕け散るそ
That
の
line.
時、僕は必ず君の傍らにいてみせる。
That in sickness or in
君が嫌がっても
health line that I mentioned last time.
それが僕の意志だ。自分で選択した未来だ。生まれ持った自由を売り払った値段で人生の価値は決まるんだ。クードゥリンなら売り時が早すぎる。
Always thinking back to
顔をしかめる
Doran.
かもしれない。けれどこれほどの好機はまたとないような気がする。
Telling you there was something else there.
何しろ買い手は帝国じゃない。君だからね、ラフィール。
There we go.
この醍醐味ばかりは君にわかるまい。皇族に生まれた時から自由なんてないんだから。
Was that the fortress? Oh, that's right, that naval station. They said that before. I'm so used to the, well, I'm not even used to it. They brought up the Imperial Fortress last time, and then they mentioned it was under siege at the start of this. So even though maybe 3 minutes ago they mentioned it, I kind of just thought that was it. I don't know why. It didn't even look like the Imperial Fortress. This is so different. The opening song is the same. This is so different from the ending songs last time. I guess oddly also they're doing both of their shots together instead of their backstories in photograph form. Also, come on, anime. You're not that kind of anime. I keep telling you that. I like seeing them together though, because that implies, oh, you know, the last one was photographs of backstory. This has to be photographs of the last 3 years together, right? That has to be what's going on.
突撃分艦隊ラトゥーシュ第1058突撃戦隊の第1突撃隊所属だ。12時間後に抜病する。
はあ、退屈なお話だったわね。せっかく熱心に話してくださった首相閣下には申し訳ないけど。
フェブダーシュ男爵の妹殿だ。
敵が攻撃に転じる
Is that the Sanyo?
前、どこまで進めるか。
Okay, we're in the war. Younger sister of the Baron Febdash, so Sloof's daughter, right? I wonder if Sloof is still around. Because he says the younger daughter of the Baron Febdash. The younger sister? Oh, wait, sorry. I've lost myself here. She said the younger sister of the Baron Febdash? And we've had the former Baron, who is now the Baron again. So they're either talking about in present tense, which they mean Sloof's sister, or they're referencing their own joint history, by which they mean the former Baron, the dead ones, Clowal. They just said their names, right? They're either referencing Sloof's sister or Clowal's sister, Sloof's daughter. And I'm going to assume when they say former Baron, they're not referencing Sloof, because Sloof would be present now unless he's dead, in which case this is a very confusing past, present, tense sort of thing. I'm just going to assume they mean Sloof's daughter. Sloof had a daughter that we didn't know about, and that's coming into play? I'm sorry, I've spent so much time trying to figure out which person we might be talking about. I don't even remember why anymore. I'm also trying to figure out if that was Lord DeSanyo, because it's been 1 week since he looked at me. Actually, it's been 1 week, I think, since we watched episode 1 or 2, right? because technically I've been watching them once a day. Actually, it's been 2 weeks. Never mind, that joke don't fly. Um, it's been a while since we've seen Lord Desanyo. Was that him, or were they implying that uh, the former Baron of Febdash's daughter or sister? Sorry, I've already forgotten. Was actually that person, but it very much seemed like former Baron Febdash was a human who dyed his hair blue, which was the perception I even got when we carried it on to Suffolk and Suffolk, the port. They were arresting people for dyeing their hair blue for the possibility that they could be Ob sympathizers. Knowing how much the Ob do not like going on the ground, though, it would be a hard push to assume any of them were Ob. This episode was mostly one, flashback to remind everybody coming into season 2 what happened last season, and two, a hard push on Jinto to chase the girl when she wants to be chased, right? Otherwise, there wasn't much meat to this episode other than the very beginning almost being a callback to the very first episode's did I put the subtitles on thing, right? And otherwise being a call towards the Kobayashi Maru, I kind of feel like, which is why I thought it was a test. Partway in, they start losing people, and it's like either this show has gone really hardcore, really quick, and like they're gonna be limping through space for the first couple of episodes, like oh my god, we lost everybody on deck 7, or whatever. Or it was a test, and considering they opened up by telling us that they were in a ceasefire, it seemed unlikely. And what do you do in a ceasefire when you want to show ships having combat without risking anything, right? Either you ambush, and that did not look like an ambush because I think you would have start playing up an ambush to give attention, or it's a simulation. And Lafiel has talked about simulations in the past. That's where my brain went, and I was right. Right up until I said, no, I'm wrong, and then I was wrong. That's literally, so I know I'm skipping things here, but if any of you have watched my recent recordings of Full Metal Alchemist with one of my new co-hosts, Justin, you know that I've said before the thing to do is stick to your guns on a theory until you think you're just about wrong and just about to be proven wrong. And that's when you say you're wrong, just so you can be right about being wrong just before you're wrong. And that's what I did here, and I was wrong about being wrong. There's no winning. Sometimes there's just no winning in this game. Anyways, just like before, I'm gonna do the notes taking in the episode, so join me after this for post notes.
Lorito Bislouskel.
Alright, back again, post note taking. Before I get into the notes that I took, I want to cover something from the next time on. Obviously, not the Baron thing. I went at length about that before the note taking. The Duchess brings up something that the President said. We have never met anybody with the rank of President before, so I'm having to think the President of the United Mankind, maybe, or one of the four nations. I'm thinking this might be the Garma's, not Garma, this might be the, oh god, I'm forgetting my zombies from Gundam. This might be the zombie speech, take your sorrow, turn it into anger, that thing. That the president of the United Mankind, or one of its associated groups, has given a speech that's reigniting the war, and I'm thinking that's what the Duchess is referring to. And take any notes on that, because I'm just going to take notes on it next time. I've decided to just watch the next time on, not include it in my notes. You're going to hear here what I think is going to happen next. So, what's the point? I don't need it in the notes. And if I'm wrong, no written evidence. When it comes to the specifics of the episode, there really wasn't much to take down in the date thing. I thought was going to be really important because it just says the month of Roswick, day 14, Imperial year 1919. I'm sorry. I'm stupid sometimes. Month of Roswick, day 14, Imperial year 955. The only other month we were ever given was the month of Klusna, day 2, Imperial year 952. I'm just going to slow down a little bit. Which is when the first battle from the first episode happened. That was completely untranslated. So, just 3 years ahead. Oh, let me get this. I've got a number miscorrection. There we go. We're at 1023. Bassoril, which is Lafiel's ship, arrives at the Volborioni naval station. It's also apparently... Sorry, I've written that here, but I've also made the note that that's when 120 United Mankind Armada vessels assault the Ob capital. Both forces decimated and a ceasefire is called. I think I put both things down for the same date. So, my bad there. I will correct that later. New characters, I only got 3 down. I did not get the officer who was talking to Jinto the whole time. Did not get his name. Otherwise, we have Sobash, which is the navigator slash first officer on the Bassoril. We got Ketokil, which is the Hecto commander that Lafiel lost the simulation fight to. Oh, sorry, I listed 3, but I forgot that I put the Bassoril down right above my listing for Gosroth. So, the Bassoril is a battleship, and it's Lafiel's. Else did I write down? Just the Vobaranai Gate, which is the sword leading to the inhabited planet Lulukes. That sits, site of the Vobaranai naval station. Those are just the little bits of information I pulled out of it. The problem being is that it's mostly a recap episode, and it's mostly a Friends episode, if you will. So, those are the things that I am the worst at. Specific notes. 120 United Mankind armadas assaulted the Ob capital using the battle for Sufganov as a decoy. Both forces decimated and a ceasefire is called. The United Mankind established a base at the outer region of the Empire and severed the Ob's transportation lines, effectively forming a wall across the Empire. Meanwhile, the Empire spends its time rebuilding its fleets. We have no idea if the United Mankind, or the Four Nations Alliance for that matter, how much time they've spent rebuilding their fleets. We just know that it's shown to us that the Empire is doing it en masse. Also, I guess the concept of forming a base and severing the Empire in half very much reads like Legend of the Galactic Heroes, right? I've already forgotten the name of the base, but there is that one super weapon sitting in the middle of a giant wall in the middle of the galaxy, which cuts the Empire off from the Alliance. So there is that. Feels very much the same. I guess the difference here is that the OB set up the transportation networks, so if there was a way around it, they would know. It seems like Lafiel's bridge crew is half OB and half Lander, or I should say half Terran, maybe. I don't know. They use OB as the nationality, and they use Terran as a different nationality. I don't know exactly how I'm trying to say this, but I feel like you guys would know how I'm trying to say it. The guy that tried to make Jinto talk to Lafiel didn't have blue hair, while the other two officers did. I don't know if that's meant to imply that she requested a diverse set of officers or not, but it's the first time I've noticed it. So, he may not be genetically Ob, kind of like Sloof, right? The Baron's father before he became the Baron again himself. He might not be genetically Ob, but he is nationally Ob, say. So having that on board, I don't know what that makes him a Lander or not. It's entirely possible he could be a human born in space. And the Ob are technically human. You understand what I'm saying, I hope, so I don't have to elaborate on it for 5 more minutes. I have to wonder what the purpose of telling us that Luglukes is an inhabited planet is. In the past, the distinction was only indicated to us sometime after being told the planet name, and then only if it was important to a specific character. I wonder if we are going to be shown a territorial leader that has vassals to be concerned about, thus the reason why we need to know it's inhabited. Or if the planet is going to be threatened at some point in order to make the inhabited status important for us to note. There is also the fact that they give us a time for arrival for the Basaril at the naval base. That makes me think that we will be here long enough for the hours of the day to mean something and to be able to be tracked as events play out, right? Like, if the presidential address that is told to us happens at, say, like 12 o'clock, and suddenly we're getting ambushed by a massive United Mankind fleet at, say, 3 o'clock, or I guess 1500 hours, or whatever method we're handling time here. That would make sense. Otherwise, they're just giving us time for no reason, in which case they might be giving us the inhabited distinction for no reason. It all builds. I'm hoping they do nothing for no reason, but I'm hoping this all matters for some reason. I know I commented on this, I know I commented on it this episode and last episode, but I think the most touching thing about Jinto's will speech is that he recognizes that in the normal course of events, that he would die first, and despite this, he will go as far as he can to send Lafiel in whatever direction she chooses to go. And should she die in space, in battle, that he will be right there beside her. It's a very realistic appraisal of the situation that he's in, while still expressing his desires surrounding it. And lastly, I'm sure the question, or not even the question, the comment that everyone's gonna love. Jinto's still thinking about what Doran is thinking. I'm telling you, there was something more between those two. He's only fantasized about, not even fantasized, he's only daydreamt, say, about 2 people, Lafiel and Doran. And we are a season away from Doran. We are 6 years away from Doran. The man's still thinking about him. There's something still there. Anyway, these have been my thoughts about Banner of the Stars, Episode 1. Thank you for joining me, and I will catch you next episode. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stone-Faced Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?